Global climate is dependent on the amount of greenhouse gases present in the atmosphere. As time has passed, drastic changes brought by anthropogenic activities have also changed the atmosphere and thus have led to climate change. NASA has identified some of the evidences and the signs that climate change is rapidly impacting the Earth. These are the rising of global temperature, the warmer oceans, the shrinking ice sheets, the rising of sea level, the increasing ocean acidification, and the increasing frequency of extreme weather events. These just show how alarming this issue on climate change is, and the need to address the impacts is crucial. Addressing this pressing issue should be a collective effort. The government must do their fair share of action to push for climate justice, creating or amending laws to make the industries responsible for their carbon footprints, revising transportation regulations, and implementing programs in the communities that strengthen the protection and conservation of our natural resources are just some of the actions that they can enforce. The industries must also consider instigating more environment-friendly ways to run their operations, like using renewable energy instead of fossil fuels. An individual can only do so much since this is undeniably a global concern already. Nevertheless, an action starts with a single step. This is where the contribution of each individual matters. If all of us will take part in mitigating the effects of climate change, simultaneously at that, then a higher stance of mitigating or alleviating the effects and impacts is indeed feasible. Personally, here are the things that I will do to contribute to mitigating the effects of climate change. One is participating in youth activities like tree planting, and do a simple lifestyle that releases the least amount of carbon footprint possible, such as utilizing reusable containers and recycling. Another is broaden my knowledge, attending environmental seminars or conferences to be more aware of our environmental status and be able to gain insights on the best practices that are already implemented by other individuals or organizations. Although a lot of us citizens have been taking actions to mitigate the impacts of climate change, again, as I've mentioned, it still should be a collective effort. We need the people in authority and those who hold large corporations to listen and do the appropriate actions. For them to see the real issues, we need people that are particularly specialized to study and conduct more research on the management of natural resources. These findings can be used to raise awareness, inform, and educate not just a specific group, but the entire global community. Every action is definitely difficult to make, be it as a group or an individual. But in order for us to move forward and effectively act towards stabilizing the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and then mitigating the effects of climate change, we must take a step. Even just a single step can move mountains.